Folks, we need to talk about the median home price for housing in 2022. Is it $366,900 or $386,000? Folks, we need to talk about median home prices, what was reported, what's going on. But let me say this, if any of you are watching this and you are hyper focused on the median home price sales, you are missing the point of one rental at a time. We will get into that in a minute, but we will use this as a chance to help educate folks on median home price, what is reported, how is reported, what does it all mean. We will talk about PCE, personal consumption expenditures, what happened. Remember, PCE core is one of the favorite metrics of the Fed, so it is important to understand what's going on. We will talk about consumer spending and consumer incomes. We will talk about an interesting question I have for you about the 1%. This is going to be part of the conversation where I would love to get some interaction with you as we go through it, and more on that later. Number 5, we will talk about earnings. Earnings are coming on hot and heavy. Some disappointed, some were good. We will get into that. But folks, real quick question. I am actually recording this video because I will be taking a trip for a few days, and I'm not sure that I will be able to record or do the daily financial news live. I will still do it. It is still my intention to do it, but I may have to record it and then upload it at 7:30 a.m. So do me a favor. Let me know if the sound quality is good. Let me know if this makes sense. I may have to record them the night before and upload them, but rest assured they will come. They might not be live, if that makes sense. So let me know if the sound's good. Let me know if this is okay. That would be great. So let's go backwards and we will end on median home prices because, again, there's a chance to help educate the audience. So number 1, let's talk about earnings. First, we can talk about Chevron. Chevron actually hit revenue but missed earnings. What I thought was most interesting about Chevron is they announced a $75 billion stock repurchase, which in and of itself is a gargantuan number. But if you actually look at the market cap for Chevron, which is, as of this recording, $350 billion roughly, Chevron is about to buy back 20% of its stock. That is one hell of a buyback. Other things that came out in the last few hours, a few days, Hasbro, toy manufacturer, is actually cutting 15% of its workforce and warned of weak holiday sales. Intel had a disastrous quarter. Decline in sales, decline in profit, decline in gross margin, decline in outlook. The outlook was lower for the quarter and for the year. Intel is a disaster. LVMH, again, think luxury brands, is actually confident about the Chinese shopper and tourism holding up strong. This is something you and I have talked about. Will the Chinese do exactly what the Americans did and go out and shop and revenge spend? According to LVMH, they are counting on it. Looks like Bed Bath & Beyond has officially defaulted on a credit line. This is a long expected bankruptcy, seems to be headed that direction very, very quickly. We got some update from Visa. Much like MasterCard, they beat top line, beat bottom line, and are saying the consumer is still strong. I think that's interesting, right? If we have credit card companies saying the consumer is strong, what does a credit card company look at? Balances. Might that actually be a red flag for you and I? We shall see where that goes. Other earnings of note were KLA Corporation. They beat top line, beat bottom line, but gave a very weak forecast. And the last one I noted looked like SAP, big German software company, announced a layoff of 3,000 people. All right, question for you. This is where I'd love some audience participation. We often hear about the top 1%. What I want to hear from you is, what would you rather be? The top 1% in income earners is 825 grand roughly, or would you like to have the top 1% net worth, which is approximately $11 million? Which would be more interesting to you? 1% yearly income, or is it the 1% net worth? Please leave comments below. Just say income or net worth. I'd love to hear what my audience has to say. I guess I can share my thoughts later, but I want to hear from you. Let me know. What do you want? The 1% income, 8.25, or the 1% net worth, $11 million? Let's talk about the consumer. We got some consumer spending numbers for December. They are down. They are worse than expected. They were down -0.2. Expectation was for -1. Personal incomes were actually up 0.2 as expected. So again, spending down, income up. Remember folks, as we talk about all the time, these spending numbers are nominal, not real. These are not adjusted for inflation. So again, you may be spending more money and getting less stuff. That is unfortunately the toxicity of inflation. So let's talk about PCE. Remember, anytime we talk about inflation, we often talk about 4 numbers: headline, core, month on month, and year on year. So PCE headline came in at 5% for the year and 0.1% month on month. That month on month number is important because that was above expectations. Heading into the PCE report, it was expected to be up 0. It was actually up 0.1, so higher than expected. Core inflation year on year was 4.4, which is down from 4.7, although month on month 0.3. So again, one of the concerns that I have, and we are tracking together, is headline inflation coming down, core being sticky, right? Again, I think we will see this going on, and I think more and more economists, once they get their head out of their butts, will realize that inflation has 3 components. You and I have talked about it for 9 months. I will remind you here. There is stuff, the stuff that comes in cardboard boxes from Amazon. That stuff is shrinking, and I would argue the deflation in stuff is almost over. We probably have another month of that tailwind. Then it gets into the hard, housing. That will not start to show better numbers until the summer. And then there is the really, really hard, which is wages, or AKA services. I believe inflation is sticky. You and I have talked about it for months now. And I believe more economists will start to come out once they realize that the stuff inflation is over, and they will say, wow, inflation is not falling as fast as expected. So again, very, very interesting. All right, folks, let's close with some education about median home price in what was or was not reported. So when you get housing data, they are typically reported month on month until the year comes. So you might be asking yourself, well, Michael, I've seen 2 different reports from the National Association of Realtors. One of the reports came out and said the median home price for 2022 was $386,300. And NAR said that that was up 10% year on year. You may have seen a different report that said at the end of the year, or December, housing median home price was $366,900, up only 2.3%. How can both of those be correct? Well, here's the deal. They are both correct, but they're vastly different numbers. And if you don't understand them, you will look like a fool kind of having this conversation. So let's talk about them. Let's talk about 366,900 first. What is that number? Is it important? And why should you look at it? First and foremost, 366,900 reported by National Association of Realtors, up 2.3% year on year, is a December median home price. What does a December median home price mean? It means it takes all the sales from December 1st through December 31st and generates a median home price. Folks, that is 366,900, up 2.3% compared to December 1st, 2021, and December 31st, 2021. So again, it's December on December. Now, Michael, what about this 386,300 reported by National Association of Realtors and up 10%? Well, that number is far more meaningful. What is that? Well, that report is a median home price for sales from January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. It is a complete 12-month review of home sales in the United States, or roughly 5 million homes. December sales were probably 500,000, 600,000, which was the first number. The 386,300 is the median home price for 5 million homes sold in 2022. Now, the 386 number is the most important number. Why is that? Because that will be the number that shows up on all the history reports. When you look at median home sales for 2021, for example, they don't pull the December number because the December number is 1/12 of the total. So if somebody says the median home price for 2022 is 366, they are just wrong. They don't know how to read a chart. They don't understand what median home price for a year is. You do not get median home price for a year by looking at 1 month. That is not how it works. That is a silly error that should be corrected. So again, the median home price for 2022, which is January 1st to December 31st, 2022, is $386,300. It is up 10% year on year. And folks, I actually have a video coming out at 5 o'clock today that highlights and shows the actual article from money.com that highlights this. But I thought this would be a good education and conversation, highlighting that you really need to understand the metrics you are looking at so you don't get confused and you don't look like an idiot when you talk to your friends. But again, please hear me here. If you are a one rental at a time follower and you are looking at your buy box in your area, the median home price does not matter. It is inconsequential. The median home price is interesting to guys like me because I've been studying housing for 30 years. I like to make guesses and expectations, but none of you really should care. What is going on in your buy box? What's going on with inventory? What's going on with price? Median home price for the country should mean less or very little, probably mean nothing to you. But I thought I would give you an education because I know there's been some confusion. One more time, median home price for December 2022 is $366,900. The median home price for 2022, which is a 12-month year, January to December, is $386,300. I show an article from money.com later today at 5 o'clock if you would like to see it. Take care, and again, let me know about the quality because I'm afraid the next couple of days I won't be able to go live, so I will have to record these. And then finally, let's congratulate Sierra. Sierra got her first deal, and Sierra is getting a golden ticket. Sierra, it's going in the mail right now. Have fun. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.